So whatever you would want as a Vault Hill community member, a Vault Hiller, you will always be able to get that through the Vault Hill interface, regardless of how we plug that in. We'll make that work. So my team are looking at that. And then we've got the third piece of that, which is called the neighborhood. Okay, and this is this idea that nothing should be further than 15 minutes away from you. Now, this is 15 virtual minutes as opposed to 15
It's like
minutes.
teleporting.
Well, yes and no, because that will be part of the mobility around Vault Hill, right? But it's this idea that if you're in real life, if you're in central London, you're never more than, say, 10 minutes away from a McDonald's. You're never more than 10 minutes away from a Starbucks or whatever coffee you drink and whatever fast food or whatever you want. How do we bring that into Vault Hill? Right. So how do we have you're no more than 10 minutes away from a cash machine, for example, or a different utility? So we're also looking at that strategy as well. So how do we bring utility into the into Metaverse as well, and how do we then pivot those utilities to make sure that are they the right ones and are they getting the right interaction? So you've already spoken about AI and ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning for walking into a room, so you can do predictive and use bots to help you navigate an experience. But equally, they can be used to go, actually, no one's using this. It'd be better over there. You got better footfall over there. No one's going over here. Move it to there. You'll make it a thing. So also looking at that as well. I think that does cover everything.
It does. And while you even talked about that, like a part of me, which I know about, is still saying, hey, this is huge, what we're doing, what we're building, the market, the industry, and we're literally just scratching the surface, like, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just great being involved in this, like, you know.
It's a huge challenge. I've worked for huge companies before, but those huge companies really focus on a particular area. Never before have I actually run a team where we are looking at what this company is going to be in 10 years time. And the only thing that when I was talking to my team the other day, I think you as well, the only thing I can liken it to is the pivot that companies have done, where I think Listerine started off, for example, as a drain unblocker, and then now they're a mouthwash company, right? Whatever went on in their mind, they were like, we're better over here, let's go over there. And it's almost like we've started off over here, but with just a white piece of paper, and we're continually going in this direction. And the team that I'm working with, really blessed at the moment to have 2 MBA candidates working with me. We are looking at how do we have 100% marketplace, and then which bits do we own, which bits do we partner on? How do we continually add utility into the organization? So whatever you would want as a Vault Hill community member, a Vault Hiller, you will always be able to get that through the Vault Hill interface, regardless of how we plug that in. We'll make that work. So my team are looking at that. And then the other part of the team is how do we make a world, basically, if you think about London, right? Vault Hill City will be London. Westminster will be romance, and Tower Hamlets will be play.
Hold on, take a step back.
But if you think about the concept, right?
You're talking about all the scandals in Westminster.
No, we're talking about the district of London.
Oh, right. Okay, bring it back. But
if you think about it, right, London is made up of X number, 20 odd boroughs, right? Tower Hamlets, you've got Westminster, you've got Lambeth, you've got Wandsworth, right? And in the same way, all of them come together to make the city of London.
Correct.
That's essentially what Vault Hill will be. But when you're inside Westminster, you get a much different vibe to when you're in the city or when you're in Tower Hamlets.
Yeah.
And as such, you also have different ways of moving, different ways of function, right? And what we're trying to do with the strategy team is what makes Wandsworth or romance different to Lambeth, i.e. play, and what makes it different to Wandsworth, i.e. community.
Yeah.
That's the thing that we're looking at. So when you if you were to zoom out of London, right, you go to Wandsworth, it's green, got Clapham Junction, you've got Battersea, it's all really cool and funky and whatever, right? And you go into the city, it's all very, very functional. It's all very geared toward business and operations. And it's those problems that we're trying to solve before we've even built the situation, which will then make the coding team's life a little bit easier, because they know that they're trying to build places of work, i.e. the city.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or they're trying to build places of fun, i.e. Wandsworth.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do. So it's a really, really great challenge. I know that when Dubai, Abu Dhabi were 50 years ago, right? They went through the same sort of thing about what will this emirate be, what will that emirate be, and it's taken them 50 odd years to get to this point of manifestation of that vision, and we're trying to do that in months, right?
It's crazy, highly complex, but it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable.
It really.